The firm that ran a background check on NSA leaker Edward Snowden has been under criminal investigation for more than a year over allegations about a systematic failure to adequately conduct investigations. Dion Nissenbaum joins us from Washington with more on the federal probe of USIS, or USIS, the largest contractor involved in security background checks for the US government. Good morning, Dion.
Good morning, Michael. How are you?
So, Dion, what do investigators believe has gone wrong at this firm, and did it affect the vetting process for Edward Snowden's access to the National Security Agency's systems?
Well, we don't know the answers yet. This is emerging now as senators are trying to figure out how Ed Snowden was able to get access, as you said. What we learned yesterday at this Senate hearing was that the agency in charge of the background investigations is looking into systematic problems with how this firm conducted investigations. Now, what we do know is that the company and others like it have had problems with investigators basically cutting corners when they've been doing these investigations. They've had 18 people that have been convicted over the last few years for cutting these corners. And so, but we don't know exactly what this company did and what they're looking into. We can probably guess that it relates to that kind of problem.
But the word criminal is one that draws the attention here. It seems that it makes it all the more serious. This is not just some sort of act of negligence. There may well be intent behind this, right?
Yeah, well, we don't know a lot of the details. We know the agency is looking into this. We've heard the Department of Justice is part of it. Obviously, we're talking about investigations of people that have access to America's biggest secrets. So, you know, it's a serious problem, and they have said obliquely that they do believe that there may have been problems with the actual investigation of Edward Snowden in 2011. So there's a lot of issues here that still need to be addressed, and they still have a lot of questions that they need to answer.
Right, and this firm is a significant player in this particular business, right?
Yeah, it's the biggest contractor. The agency contracts out most of its investigations, and this firm is the largest one. It does about 45% of the work for the government on the contracting side. And what's interesting about it is that it was actually part of the government. It was the federal agency, the investigative arm, that did this until about 1996 when they contracted it out. And then they basically gave that business, privatized it, and now you're seeing this firm take over, and you've got all of these issues about how much responsibility and reliance should we be giving to contractors for this kind of work.
It's a fascinating story, Dion. Thank you very much for your time.